Yo, what's going on? This is Gabriel from MotivatedPainters.com. I wanted to make sure I show this video to you because you'll see. I like to show my videos whether they go bad, whether they go good, and that way we can all learn something and you guys can tag along and learn with me. So yeah, not much to say there. I just really wanted to show you this video. Thanks for my boy Miguel there. He's the one that prepped this car. He does an amazing job. I believe he finished this with 800 and then gone over with like a gray pad to smoothen it all out. That's why you can see it's all nice and smooth. We were waiting for some parts for this car, so it sat inside the bake cycle there for a while.
Let's do this!
Yeah, baby. So first things first.
Thanks, man.
Gotta clean it. Gotta clean it, clean it, clean it, clean it, clean it. When you think you're done cleaning, you clean some more. Then when you think you're done cleaning, you clean some more. That's the way that I'm able to do these matte finishes with great success. So I cleaned with a water cleaner, a water cleaner, and then I'm cleaning with the prime wash.
First things first, when you do these cars, you gotta check the shine level. On this one, the shine level was really high. I usually use FCO2. I'm using PPG and Virabase, and they have a shine shade or whatever you would call it. I don't know the fancy name for it, sorry. And usually I use FCO2 all the way through, all the time. It's never failed. This one I checked it since it's an older vehicle, and it was shinier. I guess after a few years of washing the car, then the clear coat becomes shinier. So I'm actually going to use FCO3 to be able to get the, actually I'm thinking I'm going to have to use FCO4, but because it was just really shiny. Anyways, but the process is the same. Wash it really well. This is finished in 800, and then gone over with a gray pad. That's why it looks nice and smooth. I washed it with degreaser already. Now I'm just going to wash it with water. That's what I've been doing.
So as you can see, I've been cleaning with a microfiber cloth, okay? Now, I'm going to tack it with the microfiber cloth. But notice how I'm blowing everything, right, away from the panels, right, even the floor, to make sure that if there's any loose dirt, I want it to get out of there now, not while I'm painting. So there's a little trick for you. And I'm just blowing and tacking with the same microfiber cloth that I just used. The key to using the microfiber cloths is to keep them clean. To keep the cars clean, really, that come into the booth. If the car comes in the booth and it's still dirty, then you're not going to have success with the microfiber cloth. So make sure that when you are using the microfiber cloth, that the car is already clean when it comes in the booth. So then you get at least a week of use from one microfiber cloth, which is amazing. And then you can always wash them in the laundry and just hang dry. And I've had like great success with that. So this car is 475. I don't remember the variant that I used. I believe it was lighter bluer. But I'm staying away from the hood because the hood already looks different to the fender. So I'm staying away from the hood because I don't want to get any color there and get blamed for a mismatch. And this car has been painted before. This car was really a little bit of a nightmare to paint now in hindsight when I see it. So I'm using my HDE base 1.3. I've been using the 1.2 as well for silvers, the Welcome, and I've been having amazing success with these guns, honestly. And the cool thing about Welcome that I've noticed, and I'm going to sound biased now, but they're like the only paint company that I've suggested things, and they've actually acted upon my suggestions and made the guns better. So it's kind of cool, and that's why I use them all. And so I put 2 coats, as you can see, and now we're pretty much covered. Now I'll put the blowers on it, and I got 2 blowers on this stand. I got some new stands that I'm actually selling on the website, which are freaking amazing, and it might be worth taking a look at. It really cuts the drying time in half. I mean, you can see how it's evaporating the water there on the quarter panel there, just underneath the glass. And this video is not sped up or anything like that. So it's pretty nice. I love these. I love having the blowers help me out there. My free apprentice that doesn't talk back to me, helping me there. So I really like those things. So yeah, so this car was interesting. This car was very interesting because I had to do some modifications to it later with some information that you guys are gonna find out. So it's kind of cool seeing this, and I'm kind of yelling at myself right now to check certain things. So even after I got the blowers on there, I always like to give it a quick blow with my handheld blower, just to make sure, because you can't never, paint can't really be too dry. So you want to make sure that it's very dry, and that way you don't run into problems. You don't run into delamination problems or anything like that. And then I always just go over it. And then that, if there's anything that landed on top of it, then you can kind of just blow it off. I don't remember if I'm doing a control code here or what. Yeah, it looks like I'm doing a control code. I don't even know what I'm doing. I painted this car probably about a month ago, and I just haven't been able to edit this video for you guys and girls. So it's been crazy. That's not a control code, Gabriel. So that's just another code to get more coverage on there. Because I believe that being sure that it's covered is much better than being unsure. I think I did that a couple times, like literally a couple times, and then never did it again because I was not gonna freaking redo a car for lack of coverage. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I did right there. And she's all good, so plus it's 475, so you don't need to mess around with it. So here's our clear, my first coat of clear on this spray out card. Here's my second coat of clear on the spray out card, and I'm using a HTE 1.2. Looking back, I would have used 1.3.
Now we wait. So while we wait for the, obviously you want to do your spray out cards with time in advance, okay? But since I knew that I was able to do this, then I did it this way, okay? So just take it easy. I'm going to slide this out of the way, and I'm going to clear it at the other booth. And I also forgot that I have to do some mirrors. But this way, I can let that fast really well, and then I can wait for this to flatten down, so then we can compare it to the car, and then make sure that we're gonna get the right shine, because you don't want to redo this car. It would not be fun. Anyways. Alright. Looks good. Here we go. A little bit of delay there. Anyways. We're gonna mix clear coat for the side. For the M3, what are we doing here? Can you see? Yes, I think you can. We'll put it a little higher. That's it. And then will you be able to see? Yep. Awesome. Let's put this away. Okay. I think I saved it. Go to clears. I'm using PPG clear, and we're going to use the global. I'll show you. Let me find it. Where are you? Where are you? I know I saved you somewhere here. Come on, here it is. We're doing FCO4 whole side. I want to make sure I have enough, so I'm gonna do. Actually turned out there was a rocker for that, so and the mirrors, so I did more. So I'm gonna do 27. I might have to mix a little more, but that's okay. I have a long time in between coats, so that's the one thing you don't want to do with a matte finish car. You don't want to rush it, okay? That's like the one thing you don't want to do. First, we're gonna go and check that spare car, right? Because now the spare car has been sitting for about an hour, right? So that's great, because now we can check it to the car. Check it for the shine. Now I don't think it will be exact because of the fact that this car is old, so that's kind of difficult. But we're not too worried about the color. Oh yeah, that's great. FCO4 is fine. This is even a tiny little bit shinier, but I don't want to risk it and make it too shiny. So we're gonna go with FCO4. It's crazy because usually I do FCO2, and you know, I'm doing FCO4 this time, so it's a big difference from what I usually do, which is very important when you're doing all these matte cars. You need to check that shine level. Now we can save this one, label it 475, lighter bluer, FCO4, baby. 2 coats. Here we go. Boom. Love it. Anyways, so show you what I'm using. I'm using D8 126. Okay, ceramic clear. Want to make sure you're mixing this fairly accurate. I mean, obviously 100% accurate is better. Okay, there we go. Since this I had already stirred it and stuff, so it's good to go. I'd rather not keep this on the stirring machine and agitate it, because sometimes it could be funky if you over agitate it. So we're gonna do this. If you over pour this too much, there's a chance that, you know, you're gonna be way too shiny. So I left out 2.6 grams. It won't really make a difference, but if anything, I need this to be a little shiny. So leaving a tiny little bit out will not hurt. And then we're using D8 226 ceramic hardener. I don't know if anybody's seen my videos on doing matte finishes, but I've noticed that with this clear, it has never failed me. It's always done really good. So I keep using it. It's expensive, but I've never had to redo a flat finish car when I'm using it, which has been amazing. This could be the first one, but let's hope not. And if it is, so be it. Where's my clear gun? Alright. So, we're going to spray this same way that we spray anything else. We recording? Yep, we're recording for now. But we're going to spray this same way that we would spray anything else. I'm going to turn it up a little bit because this has no reducer, so it's nice and thick, which is a good thing because you need to put it on nice and heavy in order to get the good finish and to mimic the same finish, because this finish is very orange peely, but it's a thick orange peel. It's not a fine orange peel. It's very, very, very thick. And that's how it comes from factory. So that's what we're going to try to replicate here.
Alright, back to me, Gabriel in your ear. I try to make this video as easy as possible for me to edit and for you to listen to and watch. So, yeah, try my best, boys and girls. So as you can tell, this stuff, you put it on thick, okay? You gotta put it on thick, first coat and the second coat. It's gotta go on wet, wet,
and you
wet.
gotta remember, there's no polishing.
Thanks for the rude
You have to make sure that this job's clean.
interruption, Gabriel.
The thicker clear helps, so I can bury some of the dirt, if there is any.
This guy just won't shut up, huh? You done talking, bro? So, as you can tell, I'm putting it on really thick.
Plus, once it goes flat, it's you won't be able to see any of the dirt, if there is any.
Thanks. That's actually very valuable information. So you want to make sure that you're putting it on wet. This stuff doesn't have any reducer, so I have yet to run this stuff, but fingers crossed. But I love using this clear combination with the oh, I'm having a brain fart, with the ceramic clear coat, because it's very predictable and it always does the same thing.
Okay. Looks like we're gonna have to mix a little more. We're gonna let that flash off for at least 15 minutes, probably 10 to 15 minutes. All right. Look at that. So now it's nice and flat. Ready for another coat. Beauty. You're recording? Yep. Yep. So as you can tell, I'm putting it on nice and heavy. This stuff will probably not run, so I can do that. Regular clear, it would be on the ground already. I hope I have enough clear. Yeah, baby. Awesome. All right, now we'll let that flash off for like 15-20 minutes, and we're just gonna leave it for a while. Once it flattens out, then we'll bake it. So, I'm glad I'm showing you this, because I told you that if it would look good, I would show it to you, and if it didn't, I would show it to you as well. Turns out there was a defective batch of the flattening agent, okay, and this car actually went a little flatter than we wanted to. So I'm glad this happened, because now I can show you how I fix it. Instead of painting the whole thing, this car is old, like I mentioned in the video, so you can see how shiny it is, right? You can see there's random spots that are really shiny. Okay, so the whole car is very inconsistent. So our paint, I don't want to show it to you yet, but our paint was a little bit flatter, okay, so it didn't have quite the shine of this, because it's been washed hundreds of times, so obviously it's going to be shinier. So what we did is, look at that match. It's almost perfect. There is no replicating this. There's no color here. It's only clear coat. There's no color here, okay, there's no it's only clear coat. So what we were able to do is, there's no matching this, okay? I tell you that right now. It's impossible to match this, to replicate this, because of, who knows if it's been painted, who knows if it's been you know, polished or whatever, but it doesn't look too good. Even the orange peel on that is not the greatest, but see that? Look at that. It looks beautiful, okay? I'm super happy with that. So what I did with this is what I'm going to do to the rest of the car, so we can match it 99%. See? So what we're going to do is, we're going to polish it with the blue pad and this perfected ultra fine machine polish, and this is going to give us the desired shine that we want for this car. And but there you have it. So you want to do that right now with like, you can do normal pressure, but just try to make it even, because if you stay on one spot for too long, it'll make that spot shinier. So that's the biggest tip of this video. And there we go. See? Looks beautiful. Super happy with this. Super happy the way that it turned out. And now we can get this car delivered with no issues. Okay, so hopefully that was useful. You learned something. You learned what not to do. You learned that to check up on get your PPG rep to to get you the numbers of the badges that might be a recall or something like that, and that way you don't have these issues that I had. So it was my mistake not for checking, but I mean, how was I supposed to know? Anyways, hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you learned something, and hope that was something useful. All right, love you. Peace out.